Hey guys, welcome to the Big Blue United podcast. My name is TJ. I'm here with Dan and Colin. What's up, guys? How you feeling today? I'm feeling pretty even.
I think it was a tidy day all around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel?
All things being equal, I'm doing okay.
Yeah, it was a nice game. Nice day to go to a game. We were all there. Had a good time. I don't know, Colin, you probably didn't have to deal with what Dan and I had to deal with, which was we were sitting in, 220A?
Yeah, we decided to splurge. Like, I don't think I ever bought tickets that weren't, like, in the 300 level.
Mm-hmm.
But since I haven't gone to a game in, like, 5 years, TJ and I, our position in life, we're upper middle class, we wanted to get flaunted a bit. So we splurged for 200 level seats. Thinking we're going to be taking care of, like, princes and kings. Little did we know, first we took your advice, which was wrong. You said, ramp it up. We're going up the ramp. Yeah, easy for you. You're on the 100 level, the real royalty of Giant Stadium. We went up another ramp and proceeded to walk halfway around the stadium just to walk into a wall.
Yes,
and
literally.
The man at the wall said, "Oh no, you have to go the other end of the stadium." So we did that.
No, the first guy was like, "Oh, yeah, don't worry, you're not that far."
Yeah, not far. Just at the other end. Yeah.
Other end of the entire stadium, all the way around. But you can't go all the way around in the 200 level.
Because you know what? There's another wall there.
The 300 level. And then another guy told us to go the complete wrong way. We ran into another wall. And then Dan and Peach finally had this great idea. We just went down.
Dan had a great idea.
Dan had a good idea. Went down to the 100, went through. And finally I saw this guy because I got separated from them. I saw a guy. I said, "Hey, if I take this escalator, will I get to 220A?" He's like, "Yes, you will, sir." So there was only one out of 4 or 5.
Oh, you found an escalator?
Actually helpful. Yes, I found an escalator. Yeah.
So I went downstairs. PJ followed me because he follows me everywhere. And then I was like, I talked to the guy and he's like, "Oh yeah, you got to go back up and over and around the other way." And I'm like, "Fuck this." And and I'm like, "Where's Ramos? Where's TJ?" And Ramos comes running down the steps. He's like, "TJ gave up. He's going rogue." I was like, "All right, well, we're already missed the first 10 minutes of the game." So we start going. We go all the way to the other side, hit another wall, and the guy's like, "Oh, I know this. I deal with people from that section every week." And he's like, "See that elevator? Go ask the lady in the elevator. Take you to 220." And we're like, "The lady in the elevator." And we get in there. And there's a little tiny lady on a little tiny chair pushing buttons in an elevator. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I got you." And she put us on level 4. And we're like, "We're trying to go to 200. She's like, 4 is 2. And we're like, okay. And we get in there and there's people moving food and stuff. There's a tray of Mrs. Fields cookies. It was just bizarro. And then we finally got to the seats. And think TJ got there 2 minutes later. I thought we weren't going to see TJ the rest of the game.
I was pretty sure I was just going to go to the bottom and just smoke a pack of cigarettes and just go home.
Break into my car with the beer cooler and
yeah.
I think I'm fairly certain because I don't really have much experience with 2 either. I don't know anyone who really does. And I think the Beyond from Bed Bath and Beyond is the mezzanine section. That's what it sounds like for you guys.
Dude, it was so confusing. That stadium sucks. It's just so weird the way it's put up. And you can't go through certain parts in the second level because you're not cool enough to go into the indoor portion.
Yeah.
If the stadium is going to have 0 character or nuance, it should just at least be a ring that goes around at every level.
Yeah.
It should at least make intuitive sense if it's not going to have any character to it. But no, it was.
Yeah. Or you could hire somebody who knows how to get places. Someone could actually tell you how to get to your seats.
I mean, there's no excuse for a football stadium because it's symmetrical, the entirety of it. It's baseball stadium. I get it. Yankee Stadium's a pain in the ass when it comes to getting around some areas, but it's shaped weird. This isn't shaped weird. Why do they make it so difficult?
Why does it just stop in certain places? You're just walking on 200 and there's just a wall. You're like, well, where am I? How do I get anywhere? It was pretty funny. I mean, I think where we went wrong was we just entered on the wrong side of the stadium. If we had entered on the other side, we would have been there a lot faster, I think. But whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, I got to miss Daniel Jones' opening fumble of the game. I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, I missed that.
That seems like a great way to start.
Yeah, the whole game was. Hey, I kind of called it last week. I said both these teams are very similar, and look what happened. They couldn't even figure out a win or a loss. That's how similar they were.
I mean,
What
I
a
didn't think we
boring
were going to come
outcome.
back from the 10-point deficit, but once we hit 20 points in the third quarter, I knew we couldn't get more than that because that's our weekly quota of points.
The ceiling.
The sound of the stadium when the time ran out in overtime was so funny. It was just like this fart. It was like a collective fart.
The funniest sound in the stadium was when Richie James ran into Saquon Barkley in the in the backfield.
What was that, man? What a terrible sequence of events that whole drive was in overtime.
Yeah.
Before we talk about the game, though, guys, do you want to talk a little bit about Tay Crowder with me?
Yes.
Wait, we didn't do listening, like where to listen to us and DraftKings and all that.
Oh yeah, we can do that, Dan. You can follow Big Blue United at Big Blue United on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can follow us at BBU Podboys with a Z on Twitter if you were following us and you noticed that we were hanging out in M3. M3
M3 is the new L16.
Yeah, you came to say what up. Thanks for coming by to say what up to all the people that dropped by. Appreciate that. L16. I guess that's like where all the other cool podcasters hang out. But we were M3 guys.
We're like the Bushwick of
the bunk ass podcast M parking lot.
Hey, I told you the one guy I was talking to, he's like, oh yeah, I love you guys. So that was cool. No, I have no idea who he was.
Well, yeah, and also don't forget to download the DraftKings app. Use promo code TPPN. I bet on the Giants to win, and I won that bet because they were getting 2.5 points. So thanks, DraftKings.
There you go.
2 weeks in a row, I've won money on DraftKings, official sports betting partner of the NFL.
That's right. This holiday season.
Don't forget to sign up with promo code TPPN. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Yeah. I like doing that in normal life. Whenever I just see like someone on DraftKings, I just start doing the ad read to them. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think this is good structure for the pod. So coming out of a historic tie game, let's start with Trey Crowder.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to do. So, Tay Crowder tweeted, "Free me," #the Reaper, was it? Something like that?
Yeah, because he's nicknaming himself now.
Yeah.
Anyway, he played 26 total snaps. He was very upset. Apparently, he wants to be released, which, you're basically talking yourself out of the NFL here because is he so sure that someone's going to pick him up? He's like not even a starting caliber player on most rosters. And now he's talking himself out of the NFL.
I think
he's dumbfoundingly stupid.
He's watched that replay of him hitting Derrick Henry on his off balance foot over and over again and thinking it was the best thing ever. So I don't know. It was pretty silly. I don't know where he's coming off. Like maybe he was drunk last night and he decided to do that because I don't know. He's got no leg to stand on.
TJ, they said Crowder didn't play a single defensive snap on Sunday.
Really? I read the wrong line on my my PFF there. So you could be right, Dan.
Yeah.
But anyway,
just special teams.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe that was it. Maybe that's the snaps I'm looking at here. The 26 special team snap seems
talk about
absurdly high. Yeah, I'm sorry. I must have looked at the wrong information, but don't kill me.
Maybe he's on every single special teams.
Yeah. Who cares about this guy?
Kickoff return, punt return.
Yeah.
Well, since we're on the topic of idiots, John, aka Jose Feliciano, needs to what can he do with himself?
It's a stupid penalty, man. Oh my God, what a dummy!
I didn't see it. Did he? He said he was flexing at whoever called Slayton.
He was not. He was in someone's face, and he ran 20 yards to do it. So it wasn't like
nice.
And he sucks. So
what's a shame is actually he had the best game of the season, his best game of the season, and he goes and does something stupid like that, which it's just the Giants missed a lot of opportunities in this game, and I think that was another one that you could chalk up to just idiocy.
Yeah.
Who I think kind of has a point though is Rodarius Williams has a little bit of a point.
Yeah.
Because he actually had quite a good game against the Cowboys, and then he didn't play one defensive snap this game, and his presumed replacement, Zion Gilbert, who they brought up from the practice squad, really was not doing well at all. Not even a little bit.
Wow,
I just realized I don't have my microphone.
Real pro.
Yeah, I guess I'm just doing it off my what you call it, my iPod headphones. Anyway,
I mean, Colin hasn't had a mic in 6 months.
who needs it? Who needs it? Let's get this going. Sick. Here we are. Anyone who came to M3 knows about it. About this.
Yeah, M3 was definitely the highlight of the day.
Well,
If you want to come to a tailgate and listen to some death metal or Cameron, come to M3.
Yeah,
you can go listen to Journey anywhere.
Oh, and also best spirals in the whole lot.
Yeah, we were doing some good throwing the ball around. We were embarrassing. Like there were these little kids next to us. The kid couldn't even throw a spiral. Piece of shit.
Yeah. What a baby.
Does his dad teach him anything?
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Was he wearing a Daniel Jones jersey? That idiot.
Ooh.
I saw a lot of Daniel Jones jerseys, which I hope people like have some space in their closet because that's where it's going to be hanging out at the end of the year for in perpetuity. You're never going to be putting it on again. Although, I mean, if
you know what you could do with the Daniel Jones jersey? You could slap a 1 in front of the 8 and put some masking tape over Jones and write Fiegels on it. That's what you should do.
A good DIY use of your Daniel Jones jersey. But I guess it's a good place to start is with Daniel Jones. I mean, it's kind of funny because he did have a quite a good game in terms of him. Other than obviously the fumble, and I mean, he did basically throw an interception that was dropped. So, though no one's going to mention that, but he didn't miss on a pass until that Slayton drop in the fourth quarter, which was pretty impressive. I mean, the spike obviously brought his completion percentage down as well, but 25, 31, 200 yards, 1 touchdown, 12 carried, 71 yards. Is there any more of a Daniel Jones stat line than that one you've ever read in your life?
No, that's
guys.
it.
It's called a ceiling.
Exactly, Dan.
That's the ceiling.
Exactly.
That's the ceiling. He's broke the ceiling like twice in 4 years.
And I think they were the rookie season too.
Yeah.
That was his best year still. I mean, better than this one. At least here's the thing. I think you're right, Dan, is that, I think basically they've maximized Daniel Jones. And the offense they're running is really boring. And it's totally uninteresting. And, I mean, after, watching the Chiefs offense and obviously Kafka running from Andy Reid and, Dayball in Buffalo, they can run some dynamic and creative offenses, but they're limited by the personnel that they have, specifically Daniel Jones, I think. So they've maximized him as a game manager. They've created all the upside for him that they can, but it's not enough. They can't put points on the board. And, at the end of the day, you fumbled many opportunities in this game, and you ended up not being able to close out Washington, who is not a good team, but neither are the Giants. So,
yeah.
I mean,
we should preface all this by saying that TJ and I were watching the game and explain to each other how we have no idea what's going on the entire time. I cannot decipher what's happening like from the stands. There's too much going on, too much stimulus. My ADD is going crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I have no idea what's happening.
It's a whirlwind, man.
I know what's happening. Like I know, like on a play-by-play basis, but like after the play is over, it's lost to the ether.
I'm with you, Dan. It's hard to formulate that kind of game narrative in your mind as you're watching it. Like
I called out some passes. Like I called out an Isaiah Hodges reception. I called out a sack like before it happened, but then it's just fleeting. I can't really get into it.
Just from my own perspective. So my seats are 110. So you're like above me and to the right in the corner, like behind the Giants.
You
bench?
have to go sit with the people one
left.
day, and you'll understand what it's like.
I've sat with the people.
With the working class.
I've never
folks.
sat in 200s. I've only sat in nosebleeds or these.
Yeah. Well, one
like
time in the
200s.
nosebleeds,
200s are good because you kind of get a little better advantage than 100. You're down a little bit too low there. If you're in the corner on 100, I feel like that's not a good view.
It's not good. I don't know.
Corner
I don't
200
know.
is a good view.
I agree. That makes sense.
It was like your NYCFC seats, but for a
behind the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in between, having to get up to pee every 15 minutes because those Budweisers just fly through your system.
You didn't.
My goodness.
They have craft beer in the stadium, man. You didn't get any?
No, I just drank like 6 Budweisers.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep.
There's no quiches near me. I was quite disappointed.
No quiche.
Mm.
Oh, knishes.
Knishes, yeah, sorry. Knish.
So funny you should bring that up. We made a point of trying to find them, and there's like the New York delicatessen. That's like their bologna, whatever, like make you feel like you're in the city food.
A Jewish deli.
Yeah, it says on the thing, knishes. You go up, they're like, yeah, we don't have them. Like, oh, cool.
What?
Sick. Great. We had those giant long pretzels, and we actually had there's a place right near the bathroom right at the top that are like world pies. It's just empanadas with different innards. And
yeah, we saw some empanadas.
They're actually good.
We saw everything actually because we went around the stadium like 8 times.
Whole stadium. Yeah. The thing was that once I found the seats, I didn't want to really go anywhere because I knew I would never find my way back. I think I went down to smoke and I came back up and the door was closed and I'm just like I'm like, this is it. It's over for me. Yeah. And then finally I like saw 2 people and I started talking to them for a second. They're like, oh yeah, just open that door right there. And it was unlocked. And I was like, oh, thank God.
That's bizarre.
For you 2 people, you saved my life. Other than these 2 Russian guys who gave me a lighter.
Oh, yeah. What did they say?
We have many light for you, my friend. That's exactly what they said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, man, going to Giants game is always fun. And,
yeah, it was good.
You know,
it was good.
It's nice to see you guys in person, hang out with our friends, have some too many beers. I definitely had too many beers. I'll be honest, I don't really remember going home, really.
Oh, and speaking of which,
yeah,
expand on the little that our buddy Mike told us what happened on the way back. Torm.
What happened on the way back?
I don't know, something about being sideswiped by a
someone hit his car. Yeah.
What the hell happened?
Yeah, we were just
he
driving,
said he doesn't remember.
And some old person like sort of sideswiped him.
Jesus.
Getting some lag here. Hang on.
Was this in Jersey?
Yeah, so someone sideswiped him. We pulled over. Yeah, it was in Jersey. We were in Jersey forever, it felt like, on the way out, which is, to be expected. But we were taking local roads. It was real weird. And, yeah, he got hit. And, we pulled over, and there was no damage. So he was just like, I'm not going through this, and just got back in the car. We just drove back to Brooklyn. Yeah, he dropped us off another half. I had 2 beers there, and then I don't have any recollection of what happened after that. And I'm really upset because I ate the rest of my sandwich from Court Street Grocers, and I don't remember eating it.
Oh, no.
And it was the first half was so good.
So good.
And really that was the most regretful experience of the day.
You might as well
have spiked.
You might as well have spiked it like you were Gronk.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have mattered at this point. I just remember like being outside, other half smoking a cigarette, just like doing this, and I'm like, I really, really, really need to go home.
My daughter
AJ was like yelling at me about something. I don't even remember, man. We're talking about some BS. Like, it was just silly. Well, anyway, I had a good time. Anyway, should we talk more about the Giants here?
Sure.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something good. Let's talk about the pass rush.
Oh, yeah, beautiful pass rush.
Hey, Aziz. That's a presence by himself.
Impact performance there.
5 sacks total by the defense.
Aziz had like 20 some odd snaps, right?
I didn't look exactly what the I have it open right now. Give me 1 second here.
I mean, it seemed
Snap
like
counts.
It seemed like he was everywhere when he was out there, and I know they're going to ease him in a little bit in the next couple of weeks, but
Aziz had 49 snaps.
49 snaps. Oh, geez.
He had 32 pass rush. 2 in coverage, 5-15 in run defense. But yeah, I mean, 5 sacks total for the team. Dexter Lawrence, 9 tackles and a sack. He's just, also I saw he was running dudes down like 10 yards down the field from like after he already had penetrated the backfield. You'd say he has a high motor, but he doesn't quite qualify for that statement.
Yeah, it's not a motor. It's like a nuclear reactor.
He's just like really good at football. Yeah. Julian Love too.
He's far better now. I mean, I know it sounds obvious because he's a pro, but like he's better in the NFL than he was in college. And it wasn't like he was good in college, but he wasn't like this, like you had to be talking about him if you watch college football kind of player. Like he's bringing it to another level.
I mean, I didn't crunch his college tape, but it was stand to reason that he was just bigger than everyone in college.
Yeah.
And after, 4 years in the NFL, he's got technique and skill and athleticism that differentiates him from other 350-pound humans.
That one chart that says he's graded better than Aaron Donald this year is very satisfying.
Yeah, it rules. He rules.
Yeah.
Kayvon had a nice game, I thought.
Man, that sack was fun.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a safety, man, to close the game out, because that would have been beautiful.
Yeah.
On that play, that was the Dexter Lawrence / Aziz sack. I before that play, I called a Kayvon sack, and Kayvon didn't get the sack, but he knocked the tackle's helmet off as he was pushing the pocket.
Yep.
It was awesome. I don't know. The team, regardless, I think we should take a step back and look at how we were viewing this team prior to the season starting and where we are now. We're still light years ahead of where we thought we'd be. There's a lot of fun things about the team, and the greatest comfort I take is in our front office and coaching staff knowing what they're doing and having a clear idea how to do it. Even though we could talk about the coaching this game being sort of, zagging where we thought they'd zig as far as calling aggressive play calls, and I don't know whatever happened on that when we were on like the 10-yard line and Daniel Jones took the option to run it for 2 yards. The guy in front of us said he was setting up the kick. I was like, we're 10 yards out. We're not setting up the kick with a 2-yard run at the 10-yard line.
Oh my God, that guy was so
here,
funny. Yeah, he
get
was
out of here.
setting up the kick. No, looked like they were doing was playing to tie the game and not playing to win the game. They blew that Richie James and Saquon blew that offensive call.
Oh, yeah.
Jones couldn't get anywhere. The next play, why did they take that delay of game? Because
we're talking about a play, not the last possession,
not overtime. What are you talking about?
When I forgot what quarter it was. I guess whenever the field goal happened. 1 sec. Oh my gosh. And they were down in the red zone. They just made a big completion. There was we kicked a field goal. I think it was in the second quarter. Yeah, in the second quarter. Daniel Jones just basically tucked it and ran for 2 yards rather than taking a shot in the end zone when there was 13 seconds left in the half.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, you can't rely on him. And unfortunately, the best plays the Giants run are designed runs for him, which is not ideal. I mean, whatever happened to, they were running some cool RPO in the beginning of the year, which I think is, something we're going to see a lot next week in the Eagles, and it's going to work really well against the Giants. So it just seems like, there's just a lack of creativity. And I mean, we mentioned before, obviously Jones' ceiling, but I don't understand why they're not running a little bit more interesting things in the run game, whether it's, we saw Breda and Saquon in the game together one time, I think. Those 2-back sets were working the other week with Brightwell when they were running the trap. I mean, I don't know. If Saquon's going to average 3.5 yards a carry and you're not really going to be able to move the ball downfield throwing it, I mean, what's the next logical thing to do, which would be get creative in the run game and spread the ball around there? I think we need to see more Breda and Brightwell. I think Breda needs to be involved more in the passing game too, out of the backfield.
Well, I read something that was kind of interesting, and this is more about the pass blocking, but I think it probably relates to the run blocking as well, and the lack of confidence the coaching staff actually has in the line. It's fun to see and read these stats that kind of really tell the whole story. Glowinski apparently is awful. The line in general and the center of the line is awful whenever Jones takes a snap from under center and there's no play action. It happened twice in this game, and it's happened a handful of times over the last month. We just don't do it. So because of that, and because of all these other teams in the league who do that all the time with confidence, maybe it's all just chalked up to that kind of stuff. It's a boring ass offense because they can't do anything fun. They don't have enough time to give our mediocre quarterback to set anything up. It's got to be
sure.
Here's the limit. Here's the limitation of what we can do. Let's try to do that as well as we can. And if that doesn't work, well, then we're probably either losing or tying the game.
Yeah. I mean, again, there's only so much we can squeeze out of this lemon.
Yeah.
We are a talent depleted team on both sides of the ball. We have a couple of nice foundational players, but this is the beginning of a rebuild.
Yeah.
And we outperformed it on the sheer, brilliance of having a good coach that has an idea of what he wants to do. And
can't do it. He's hamstrung.
And somehow the best things that our front office is doing is not spending a lot of money right now to give us optionality in the offseason.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe at this point we should stop dumping on Daniel Jones because there's nothing to say. Me and TJ were dumping on him during the game. And then especially when he missed that wide open Slayton pass. And then like the next possession, he completed like a 10-yard pass, and the student with a mustache in front of us called out TJ. He's like, how about that? How about that pass?
Oh, I love those guys.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah. I was just like, what? I was just like, what? I was like, are you talking to me?
You were listening to me 20 minutes ago?
So
okay, dude.
There was I don't think we've seen him in a while, but there was this kind of older guy that would sit in front of us. And I wouldn't say
he's a boomer. You can say he's a boomer.
Most likely. This wouldn't happen when I was with my dad because I don't get as rambunctious when I'm with my dad at games. I just remember in years past, I'd be shit talking hard, like everything sucks. Sounding like Nicky Snacks, frankly. And this guy would always be like, anything happens that was good, he'd be like, yeah, what do you think of that? It's like, it must be the offspring of this guy, because it's like this dude, like, oh yeah, you got me, man. You got me. They really got 10 yards. Well, that sounds great. Let's try to win the game, though.
I mean, the offense couldn't do anything. It's like, it's boring. It's a pathetic display to watch. And if you want to turn around and yell at me because the Giants put up 20 points, Daniel Jones has 200 yards passing. I mean, it is what it is. Like, I think the people next year when he's either not on this team or not starting on this team, they're all going to pretend like they didn't like him, didn't think he was good, didn't support him throughout everything. And that's just how people are. It's okay. It's okay.
But TJ, guess what? The great news today, there's already a path for him to go home.
What's that?
Carolina Panthers are one less quarterback down now.
Oh, yeah. Baker's gone, huh? Probably end up on the Niners after Garoppolo went down, you would think.
Yeah, baby.
Stop it.
He's going to save my Deebo Samuel season.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is my go-to when betting on the NFL this holiday season because I love same-game parlays. They're real fun. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win their game and get $150 in free bets if they do. Check this out. Right now, everyone can earn up to 100% boost with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, place a same-game parlay, and combine multiple bets like which team will win, player props, point totals, and more. The more legs you add, the bigger the boost, the bigger your shot to win big. I won quite big by doing a 4-leg parlay that was it was 4 teams scoring a touchdown and a field goal, which to me was a no-brainer. That was the best parlay I've done. And I suggest, some of those suggested DraftKings parlays are pretty cool. You should check it out. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code TPPN. Place a $5 bet in any NFL team to win their game and get $150 in free bets if they do. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with promo code TPPN. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. I don't know. I just think Baker's probably washed and maybe shouldn't be playing football anymore. He should probably go on Dancing with the Stars, though, because he does have some good moves.
Yes, he does. His commercials.
That's like his claim to fame. Oh, yeah. All those commercials. Yeah. How did that work out for him?
I think he'd be good in commentator.
Probably.
For college, though, because he never had enough success in the NFL to be a commentator.
It's
so funny when you watch the college pregame and you're just like, oh, yeah. It's like Brady Quinn and Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush, like a bunch of people who didn't do jack shit in the NFL. I mean, Reggie Bush did okay in the NFL for a little while. He had a fine career, but the other guys obviously not. Brady Quinn, give me a break.
I mean,
big doofus, big quarterback face.
Big quarterback face. Is that the name of the
he's
West
got that
Borland
big old
outfit?
quarterback face. Oh man, those guys sucked. What a fun time that was.
That was the most fun Notre Dame team ever.
Yeah, they were cool. I also heard, speaking of Notre Dame, I heard a great Deshaun Kaiser story. Was that you who told us, Colin?
Oh, I know.
About Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Yes. Why does that not surprise me at all? It is the funniest thing ever.
Apparently, Deshaun Kaiser, when he played for the Green Bay Packers, went in to the quarterback room on the first day And the first thing Aaron Rodgers turns to him and says, "Hey, do you know what really happened on 9/11?
Or do you believe in it? Do you believe in
it? You believe in 9/11?" He's like, I think so. He's like, you should really got some stuff you should watch, man.
Cool.
Yeah, loose change.
What a psycho
Aaron Rodgers is Q.
Yeah, he's got that Nazi haircut too now
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not
good.
into it. I really don't like that guy.
You know what? Like 10 years ago, he was fine.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Well, he's always been a little bit weird with his whole family thing, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
True.
just it's rough. It's rough. Anything else about the game you guys want to talk about?
Being able to get onto the field after the game was a highlight, and it wasn't even.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That was a good picture you guys sent
Yeah,
us. Colin got on the field. He had those rich people tickets. They let you on the field at the end of the game.
Yeah, but the best part about it is for how many years of having these tickets and sharing them with the other side of the family, and we had no idea that we could do these kinds of things, and we just weren't even told. It's just I don't know.
They don't need to know about it.
I don't even know. The problem is I don't even think they cared enough to utilize this stuff. They just didn't want to share.
They didn't want you to have it.
Well, if you talk to my dad, yeah.
I want you to have it. Well, you know what? I do want to talk about the end of the game in overtime.
I wanted to ask Colin about his experience on the field, though. Did you tear your ACL while you're out there?
Well, it's funny you should say that, and I don't know if this is
your leg hurts today.
No, yeah, my leg hurts really bad right now.
Non-contact injury.
Well, we were both very surprised, and Dan, you and I, TJ, you've been as well, one way or the other. All these like new synthetic surfaces and the new kind of playing fields that we've been on. You kind of know what to expect when you walk onto it. We walked onto the field and it was incredibly softer than I thought it would be. I don't mean that in like I'm surprised that it's making injuries happen. No, it's just like it's spongy. It's almost not nearly as stiff as it should be. For
it's probably catching guys. You're getting stuck in there. That's what's causing the injuries.
I guess. I mean, I never heard what the complaints are from players, but maybe it is softer than most synthetic fields in the league. I don't know.
It holds their feet into the ground when they try to move and
try to make a dynamic cut.
Yeah,
it's possible. I have to send the one or two pictures that Steph took of me. I don't know why we did it, but she had me lay down at the 40-yard line, and it just looks ridiculous. I just look like I'm dead on the field, and there's like people walking around.
This is bad juju for the rest of the season.
So Colin, can I ask you a question? What do you like better, grass or AstroTurf?
I don't know. I've never smoked AstroTurf.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Joe Namath.
Yeah.
One of the best Joe Namath quotes, other than you're a passer, not a thrower, and I want to kiss you.
I want to kiss you, Susie Goldberg.
Yeah. Okay, but I do want to talk about the end of the game. And can someone explain to me why they took the delay of game penalty that potentially pushed them out of field goal range?
I was incredulous when it was happening. I didn't understand.
I think this goes down as the biggest coaching gaffe all year, was that sequence. The 3rd and 2 with the miscommunication on the play, and then the subsequent 4th down where you presumably either want to go for it in that situation or kick a field goal that you lose 5 yards and then they're punting it. It's just very perplexing to me. I'm very interested what that decision was about.
Well, what did Dable say after the game? That at that range, they like their chances of getting a stop and potentially getting the ball back with 35 seconds left to score a field goal. They're outside of Gano's range at that point. I don't know.
Potentially. I mean, I don't know. It was rough. That was rough. The only other thing I want to mention is that Slayton drop. This guy is just so frustrating to watch play football, isn't he?
Sure is.
Has he had a game without a drop?
I don't think so.
Probably not. I mean, I think the last time I checked it, he was dropping about 30% of the balls thrown his way. Yeah.
That's
30%.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus.
I mean, it's just rough. Like it's another one of those balls where, Colin, you could have probably caught it. 2 weeks ago, it was the same thing.
You guys want to know another way to say that? In third grade math, it's 1 in 3 passes.
1 in 3 passes. Yeah. I mean, man, if he could hang on to the ball, he would be,
Good.
Decent.
cracking the top 20 wide receivers or something like that. But
Yeah.
he can't hold on to the ball. It's a shame.
Yeah. Well, this is his last hurrah too. I mean, he's got to try to put some tape together to inevitably go to another team in the offseason because it's happening.
He'll
be on
get
the
re-signed.
Patriots.
He'll get
Yeah.
re-signed.
I don't know, man.
I think he will.
Team friendly, I guess.
They were trying to give him away for free earlier this season. I don't think they're going to re-sign him.
I mean, but then he was asked to step up, and he's like had some decent performances here and there. But
Stepped up to the best of his abilities.
yeah, which is the name of the game for this team this year.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
speaking of wide receivers, Isaiah Hodgins, good for him for his first touchdown. He's playing pretty damn well. I like it.
Making the most of those opportunities,
Yeah, and you know what? He's putting himself in a nice place to possibly stick around on this team going forward. So I'm here for it. That's great. David Sills, goodbye.
Does he even play? Has he even been playing?
Yeah, he had some snaps. I remember specifically seeing him, and I think Jones was intentionally just turning the exact opposite way Sills was every single time, just in general.
He had a couple moments in the beginning of the year, but just sort of faded away, huh? Into obscurity.
Hey, best of his ability.
No, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know who else had pretty rough games is Fabian Moreau, Zion Gilbert, who I have never heard of till this prior game, but he gave up the touchdown. Moreau had a couple penalties. He made a couple plays too, but I mean, we're really missing Aziz. I mean, not Aziz, Adoree Jackson at this moment. I think you have guys that have been stepping up and playing all right, but Adoree Jackson was probably having the best season of his career.
Yeah,
and then we lose him on a punt return. I mean, that's going to come back and bite the Giants in the ass for the rest of the year.
Most likely. Hey, McKinney's coming back soon, though.
Yeah, we did see McKinney coming back. Do you think he'll have the club on, or?
I would imagine so. I mean, screw it. Who cares, right? I mean,
there's plenty of guys who, especially DBs who play through hand injuries.
Bellinger looked all right. Looks badass with a visor.
I'm glad he's got the visor on. He'll be wearing that the rest of his career, I'm sure.
Of course.
Yep.
Yeah.
He had 4 balls?
Yeah.
Wasn't bad. Yeah, I don't know. Just the defense was fine. I thought the defense played really well. And they, uncharacteristically of them, they did give up, a clutch touchdown at the end of the game. Taylor Heineke's probably should not be driving 90 yards down the field on you. But I think that just, chalked up to Zion Gilbert, screwing up his coverage and, his inexperience as a starter in the NFL. If he's ever I don't even know what his story is, if he's ever played in the NFL before, but straight up the practice squad.
He's a rookie.
He's a rookie?
Yeah.
It's just a shame that the offense really just can't get anything together. The defense has been playing quietly well all year, despite the rankings and stuff like that. And the offense just can't put up enough points to, get these W's.
The defense would be better if they were given a chance to rest from time to time, you'd think.
That's usually helpful when you're not gassed all game.
Yeah, time of possession, 41 minutes for Washington, 28 for Giants.
Yeah, you don't win a game that way. You just don't.
I will say about Zion Gilbert, though, he is, I think, 6'1", maybe 6'2", and he ran a 4.340. So
physical.
I'll take that on the practice
squad. He just, needs to work on his technique a little bit, I suppose.
Was he one of those?
He's got very stiff hips, they say.
Is he
very good quality for corner?
Yeah.
Is he one of those blue chippers out of Burlap Tech, or?
Yeah, bro. Or I think it's like Florida International. Same thing.
There you go.
Yeah,
he's a cornerback with stiff hips, so he can't cover.
Yeah,
sick.
Really good
stiff
quality.
Running style.
Yeah.
I mean, I think fluidity. You got to be a liquid man if you want to be really good at corner. I'll give him some liquid.
Yeah.
If he comes down to Teddy's Bar and Grill.
Bar and Grill, Brooklyn, New York, give him some liquid. You can get a couple beers at Beer and Provisions. We had some nice IPAs before the game. Some Trillium, Trillium. Yeah, Dan got me some Thin Man. He's a good friend like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to
hydrate.
Drink as much as possible in that parking lot. That's the number one thing about Giants games, that you have to drink as much as you can in that parking lot.
Yeah.
Did you drink in the car?
I didn't drink in the car, but I considered it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the only problem is, just one day I'm going to go to a Giants game and I'm not going to drink 10 beers and just piss the whole time.
You know, to be able to do both kinds of experiences, you can enjoy them both very much, and it's good to get different perspective on it. I mean,
I don't know. Can people have fun without alcohol? Is that something people actually do?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it makes me that's sickening. Also, people who don't drink, like I own a bar. Like if you don't drink, then you are the direct cause of any financial hardship that I endure.
Yeah.
If
What are you trying to
you
do?
don't drink alcohol, it's your fault.
If TJ can't afford to send his daughter to college,
It's because you do.
Yeah.
It's because you don't drink.
Do you hate education?
Yep. Get it. Go to the store right now and get a 6-pack. You lazy shit, and help put some bar owners' kids through college. Can't stand it.
Can't stand you.
But I mean, I'm not going to drink for like 5 days because
Yeah.
this was way way too much fun.
Yeah.
I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah.
We got to put a parental advisory on this pod. We just went off the chain on cuss words.
Yeah. S's and F's.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of S's and F's today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
S and
talked
F.
about smoking AstroTurf.
Yeah.
Hope my mom's not listening.
Con, did you trip over any ACLs when you went on the field? Just like people left them on the field. Just
It's just like a bucket of ACLs.
stack. It's like
Yes.
garbage pail.
No, actually, I went to one end of the field, and they're really lazy about it. One of the groundskeepers just lifts up the grass and just like puts it underneath.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's like the outfield at Astro Stadium or whatever, where they had that like little ramp up in the corner. Just
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, the Giants are playing the Eagles next week. We're gonna lose.
Oh, we're
And
definitely
then we're playing the
gonna lose.
Redskins
Yep.
again, which is gonna be hilarious.
The who?
Oh, the Commandos,
The
WFT.
or
Washington
no,
football team.
the DC
Steph was,
Commandos.
Steph was calling them the
It's a better
Commodores.
name.
Lionel
Commodores.
Richie and the Commodores the
There
whole
you go.
time, which I appreciated.
I like the DC Commandos. That's a good name, actually.
That name rules, dude.
Yeah, the only thing I have to say about this game is that when Colin saw Nicky Snacks, the first thing he said was, "Oh, hey, what's up, man? We're gonna lose this game." So that's where I'm at.
And then I
We're gonna lose
asked
this
him.
game.
I asked him, "Oh, hey, when did you get here this morning?" She's like, "Oh, 7:10." Oh, wow. Did you? I'm surprised you didn't just camp out.
Like, what time can you get there?
I think 7 is the earliest, and
What a bummer if you're like a parking attendant or whatever. It's like you got to get there at 6 a.m. for the 1 o'clock game. It sucks.
Yeah, I think it goes on the hours prior to the game starting, and that's like I think for a 4 o'clock game, I believe 10 might be the earliest, something like that. I don't know. There's some.
If I got there like that many hours before the game started, I would just have fallen asleep in my car.
Yep.
By the time the game started, because I would have been too drunk.
I think the time we went was okay, but I think I would have liked another hour. Next time,
One more hour, yeah.
next time maybe 9:30, 10.
Yeah,
That-
could have done another hour.
That's the prime little, because then you have, if you're there long enough and you realize, oh, we still have 50 minutes before we even have to go in the stadium, then you're great. When you feel like, all right, I'm kind of ready to go, but you don't need to rush out.
Any predictions for this game? I'm going to say that Jalen Hurts runs for 300 yards.
I think just because of the coaching, we'll be in it for a certain period of time, and then they'll just pull away in like the third quarter. So I don't know.
Yeah, you need divisional games. Sometimes can be a toss up, even though one team is obviously way better than the other. I mean, you did see the Eagles are 11-1. They lost to Washington. Who we just played and we're comparable to. So, I mean, I'm not saying that there's a 0% chance the Giants win. It's just that that Eagles offense is very good. I think they have top 3 offense, top 3 defense. Giants are overmatched a lot. I think they're going to get run all over. It's going to be not a great game to watch. And I think the Giants playoff hopes are sort of becoming dashed at this point.
Yeah. Are we, besides McKinney, are we slated to get anybody back?
I did see an article and I didn't read it, but give me 30 seconds and I can see who else is coming back here.
If we can get, obviously Neil was back out there. If he played all right. I'm sure he'll be a little rusty for a while before he kind of gets back to,
So yeah, Leonard Williams got hurt. He might not play.
Yeah. Great.
Adoree Jackson's getting better. Too early to tell if he can practice.
Yeah.
McKinney's clubbing up.
Clubbing it up.
He's clubbing it up, baby. I mean, McKinney back's great. Even Pinnock, has been playing pretty well in his stead. So, but obviously McKinney's a special talent. So having him back is, very key against, such a potent offense. It's a rough game, man. You'd have to hope the Giants split with the Eagles if they have any chance of really making the playoffs, but I don't really think that's going to be the case. The Eagles are too good. And then, we have Washington again, who's just has a whole week in their bye to study film of the last game we played. So the Giants are in a tough spot the rest of the year.
Hardest schedule in the whole league going from here on out. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, you might come down to like the last game of the year, I think, is the Colts. That might be your playoff push right there. Who knows?
Oh, hey, Colts look like doo-doo. So
yeah,
that's cool.
Hey, you know what though? Like, if the season ends and the Giants only have 7-8 wins, I mean, that's 5 more wins. That's 5 more wins than I really thought they would get.
Yeah.
So we're sitting pretty. Our draft position might not be amazing, but I think we're going into the offseason with a lot of cap space, competent front office, and I think things are just bright for the Giants in the future. It looks like, to me, at least. There's some good pieces on this team, but quarterback is going to be an issue moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, we don't have to sit here and shit in Daniel Jones's face every week, like Dan said. I figured since we're doing some editing, it's good. Anything else tonight, guys?
You want
to drop an F-bomb, Colin, or?
Yeah. Fudge.
Nice.
Great.
That's a Christmas Story reference.
Yeah, there we go. It's
Christmas
season coming. Christmas is coming. It should have been longer than that, but whatever.
Whoa.
There it is.
Thanks for listening tonight, guys. You can follow Big Blue United on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can follow us at BBU Podboys with a Z on Twitter. Don't forget to download your DraftKings app. Use promo code TPPN. And you have a great evening.
Have the best evening.